Welcome again to part two of media of the Mak143 Universal Media Productions book 5 of the Lamushe Mushe Vamushe entire startup ecosystems. Therefore, as we continue, we were including and saying in the last media production part 1 that these entire productions are dedicated to all the world university rankings of 2005 to 2025 as they come in all the way from way back to the innovation and establishment of the global network for advanced management universities of the hashtag 9 business book review of the global network for advanced management of the 29 nations of 26 business schools. Therefore, the list the, these interventions of media productions are dedicated to the list of the World University Rankings of 2025, which ranks more than 200 to more than 500 and even more than 2,000 institutions of higher, further, and advanced universal university institutes of tertiary academia, education, and college and curricula as from over 40 to over 110 world countries and 120 territories of the global world, even to over 500 countries of the entire one earth that are almost over 900 when they are in unity with their cities that might have grown into great spatial development and great environmental framework development, including the planning of our future city together of volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, and book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and book 5. Therefore, don't feel, therefore, feel this love of touch of love that is the greatest love of all, because all we need is this love that we are introducing over here. We are, as we the Lamushe Mushe Vamushe Mak143 production startup ecosystem, we introduce all our web URLs empire expansion of ecosystem of media productions to all the universal universities of this world online links that introduce each world university through its world rankings as we produce all our already professional and broadcasted web URLs ecosystem media professional productions in this information society summit and in this document outcomes summit with our social outcomes summit of the global labs on behalf of the Invest for Health Go Lab of the Government Outcomes Lab of Felix Anselm Falneri Michael, and on behalf of on behalf of Vera Monterio International Financial Corporations all the way from Brazil, and also on behalf of Feder Abdullah, and yes, on behalf of Felix Ansen van Leere, as this is our own government labs over here online today at the City of Cape Town, Sub-Council 10 of the 24 sub-councils of the Municipality of Cape Town. On behalf of University of Cape Town, on behalf of the University of the Western Cape, on behalf of the University of Stellenbosch, Departments of Research and Innovation. Therefore, yes, we were saying that on this government lab over here with our documents on our entire government documental outcomes. Therefore, with all our futuristic future product designs in our collection of innovations and research intensive transforming journal book, people please don't fear, just a light it just went off, but we will continue, but you will just listen. innovation and research intensive transforming journal book, and in our 4th to 9th industrial of manifesto venture categories, and the biz trade, the biz community categories with universal university faculty departments, career courses of academia, and graphic visual service provider innovative innovations of those categories of our own productions and our own creativity of creative creations. Also in our daily artificial intelligence product designs, as we have the really daily innovations in product designs, just like we have daily innovations in music designing in our intentional artificial intelligence. In all our Afro Cape Vision 2069 journal book, in the art of essential creative thinking as creative creators of the transformation to Vision 2026 of the Lamushe Mushe Vamushe Education and Knowledge as the next ancient continuous futuristic future graphic visual product designs, also a creative creators of creative thinking designing as creative designers creatively created in the educational and knowledge discoveries. All our universal university, higher, further, and advanced faculty departments of career courses in tertiary academia curriculars. We as the Lamushe Mushe Vamushe S3 Empire Economic Startup Ecosystem, in combination with the African continent, United Native Nations universities, and with their colleges and their business schools, and their village educational education that is being educated under the trees and in grass levels in the entire African nations of SADC, of West Africa and East to North Africa. We are also a product of them as one United Native Nations with the City of Cape Town unions. We are dedicating this to on behalf of the UCT GSB that had managed to become the top #1 university 9 times in a row until 2017 on behalf of African Native Nations of the global network universities such as Ghana, Lagos, and Palestine. And therefore, this incredible thing that we are saying over here, we are on behalf of every child that was taught under the trees and in grass levels in the continent of Africa, without including South Africa on it. All of them from the SADC, from the West Africa and the East Africa, others in Asia, others in Latin America, and others in the Middle East, and others in Iceland and Ireland, all the way from the 16th century time of living. We dedicate this entire productions of Book 5 to you two over there. Therefore, we are in the 21st millennium, generation of generations, in linguistic terms of the modern evolution in all our creative thinking as service providers, creative creators from the origins of the first creations as introduced in the philosophy introductions of the transformation to education and knowledge, and transformation to education and philosophy. Afro Cape Vision 2069 in the transformation to education and philosophy and knowledge since its own existence of creation till its resurrection in the 4th industrial can Africa rise again. We as the first multiracial native nations, as the Private Executive Board Management Committee of Advanced Active Founders Directorates, Service Providers, Field Supportive to the Central Supplier Database to Government of the City of Cape Town Government and the Western Cape Government, in United Unions with each and every government united on its origin time of origin since the 1652 for Tracker movement. Therefore, social innovation, research and intensive entrepreneurs for the United Nations global market as the first multiracial native nations who are the first natives from the origins of existence of the world habitat in the first nativity of education and knowledge to represent the United Nations initiatives and departments of the United Nations organizations and the United Nations as of the global market as the global market of hashtag 106733. We introduced that all that it is in philosophy of the chronicles of immortality, in the eternity, spirituality and immortality of the forwarded chronicles of the Afro-Cape Vision 2069, transformation to education and knowledge and transformation to education and philosophy, from the introductions of the transformation to transport declared as education and knowledge with the authority of universal skills transfer of universal university tertiary faculty departments, career courses, curriculums, also in higher, further and advanced education curriculums in our outcomes from the Afro-Cape Vision 2069 of the transformation to the authority of education and knowledge, which we have already said that is a transformation to skills transfer as the first multiracial native nations in all creations of the one earth, first multiracial native nations that we introduce in eternity and in spirituality in the manuscripts forwarded of media productions vision of 2026 to 2030 is that in the discoveries of the manuscripts documents of universal university faculty departments of the higher, further and advanced in tertiary education academia in the proceedings to the fourth industrial of billionaires corporate companies becoming investors and funders to the startup innovation and technology organization and foundations like the Mak143 startup Mak143 startup ecosystem, from the vision of the Iqbal Xavier of investing in organizations and foundations from billionaires, and the vision of the impact investing in organization and foundation from the Beta Center, and the impact investing in Africa of 29, and the Africa barometers of impact investing in Africa, products of research and policy of the Beta Center Foundation that we are celebrating today's webinars as we go upon into the next presentation, which is part 3.